Hello guys, and today I present to you screen, and it's amazing, but to use the screen we're going to have to do some stuff. I've done some research, and I believe that the Ubuntu 20.06 image that hard kernel provides is capable of providing us with what we need to make this work. So, we need to downgrade a kernel version, steal the legendary boot or DTBS device tree, and put it in this thing, which is quite a task to do. So, without further ado, let me set up the fucking connection so I can watch via USB, and then we can see the amazing. Or actually, I think we can just. No, I didn't set up SSH. I'm a fucking idiot. Why would I set up SSH? I should have set up SSH. I'm so dumb. But anyway, we'll just connect right into it with this, and I'll watch it over one of one of these great old HDMI. So plug that in. Shove that in the thing. And let's do the thing. Plus, you can also power this off of by the way, just to let you all know. I'm powering this with a regular phone charger now. Nowadays, that's where we're at with this. I mean, I could use the regular charger, but this one's easier. It's just a USB cable, so why not just use a USB cable? Keep it stupid simple. I mean, keep it simple, stupid, you know what I mean? Like Arch Linux. Arch Linux, keep it simple, stupid. Huh. That side could go down more. I don't really like their case, it doesn't really work well. Like I have to press super hard to not even move it. Anyway. Connection. HDMI. Good. Connection with this. That's powering it. And then I need a keyboard from off the screen. And then we're going to be setting up this really dumb stuff that I've never done before, so I probably have no fucking clue what I'm doing. But it doesn't really matter, does it? Because that's what every episode is. Ah, yes, to summarize every episode. I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, put that there. And now I should be able to switch scenes. Oh, shit. Why are we still set to this? Oh, ho, ho! Now look at that, that's what we're looking for. Armbian Community, which I installed it yesterday, so it's fresh. But why is it stuck? Is it stuck? I can't see. Oh, here we go. It's at the login. So, first things first, you just gotta log in. To it. Cool. It's a rolling release. So Armbian Community Edition doesn't really come with support for the drivers on this, and I reckon that if I downgrade a kernel version or two to the same version as the, I'm sure there's some reason this could go wrong, but I'm pretty sure if I downgrade the version of the kernel, we'll be able to set up, hello, we'll be able to set up the, well, take the Ubuntu ones and put them in here. The Ubuntu device tree. That's the plan. There's a little bit more I have to set up, so I'll get that started right now. Router mode activate. Alright, back to this. Now we have internet connection, so that will allow us to do some of this downgrading stuff. And there's a wonderful tool I learned about, armbian-config. Provides us this, which is a really useful GUI tool that provides you pretty much everything you need, including networking stuff. So I've already set up a static IP on this, which will be covered later in the video. We'll be covering, or in the stream, we'll be covering how I'm going to set up the static IPs for the main cluster. This is going to be a monitor for the cluster, kind of, and we'll figure all of the other details out from there. I wanted to have this as a monitor for the cluster because I think it'd be cool. I want to do it whatever way is going to take the least amount of effort, because building a kernel is probably painful, but we'll see. And I have no idea what I'm doing if I do build it myself. Anyway, let's get started. Alright, so we're going to use armbian config utility. We're going to go to system, alternative kernels, use alternative kernels, yes. Show, no. I want to see all of the kernels. All of them. Kernels. I want all of these. What do you mean none other available? Okay, well that makes shit a little bit more difficult. You can do it using apts as well. So, but the main thing with the drivers is that you need a Ubuntu, almost like a, I don't even know if it works with the headless version. I have to actually check that. If that doesn't work, then we're probably not doing this. Headless operation. GUI functionality if the screen is the primary output. Okay, I'm being my amazing, painful, not quite time consuming, hell a lot, yeah. And I don't really want to do a lot of time consuming. Maybe more flexible, or may have more flexible display configurations. Hold on, I'll show you all what I'm looking at. Or this? Just because I have no clue what I'm looking at with the VU5. I've tried to put a... I've tried a lot of stuff with this already. Right, so ideally... So I think the first step would probably be setting up the SSH stuff, which we can do that pretty easily. All I have to do is go back and we can put in the SSH keys. But, I've never had it tell me, what was it? Anyway, I need to list out the actual, DTBs. since that's kind of what we need to do, is fuck around with DTB, device tree stuff. So, there is actually a way we can look at that from here, but of course that's lame. It's easier to just... I once installed Linux from scratch on a server to optimize its performance. The server was ready after a week of compiling the kernel and all of the tools. Yeah, that'd be a fun project to do, but I'm not ready for that. I don't know. I mean, I'm not ready for it until I actually go do it, and then I'm sure I'll be ready for it. But first of all, we need to set up SSH keys. Actually, let's make those SSH keys right now. So we're gonna make mkdir dot slash ss or no dot ssh. Not that's. Boom. And then we're gonna put the keys in from the device or from our standard keys. That way I can just SSH into it, because I don't like doing all of this HDMI cabling and stuff. So then we're gonna ls, because I'm pretty sure I already created a doc for this. mkdir USB doc. Alright, and then we're gonna /dev/sda. Probably should have checked, but I think it is /dev sda. And then USB doc. That now has docked its ls USB doc. And then we do have the DTBO in this. So that is the device tree overlay, which was compiled for kernel version 5.1.0, and we're on, if I do dash, or no, not even uname -r, that will give us a kernel version 6.18. And to compile that for or to make that work on the 6.18 is an option. It's not out of the picture. So that's something we could look into. Of course, I want to set up SSH keys first, so let's go ahead and do the thing we did yesterday. And I wondered if you have any advice on this? Question mark. On how to, if we could compile that or like recompile it, or like, I'm pretty sure Odroid provides tools for uncompiling and then recompiling these things, so. USB doc /tab. Oh. Keys /pc1 /*. All of the shit in there needs to go into .ssh. What do you mean? Not found. Did it just try to run them? Oh. I forgot the part where I copy it. ls.ssh now has the keys. And for now, we're gonna go ahead and switch over to SSH. Actually, can I do that? What is the, oh yeah, what is the, IPA should be, Jeff Geerling have a nice tutorial to compile. All right, let me see. 10 dot. Okay, that's not correct. The 10.2. That's not the correct IP. Which we should have had that. I mean, let's go ahead and do that Armbian conf again. Check the that it's static. Just before we go and SSH into it, we need to make sure that the network is good. So it should be in basic network configuration. Enter static. Okay. And that's not going to be 204. That's going to be 238. Since this is kind of like the master of the whole setup, it still has some processing power. It still has 8 cores. Still has a lot of the stuff that you'd expect. I can't tell if that's a 3. Okay. Yeah, it will tell me if it's wrong. But it's... yeah. Just enter for everything. Alright, which means... back. And then... exit. Clear. I can't see what I'm doing. God, help me. Help my soul. Okay. We're back. We're back to fast fetch and it be Arch Linux. Wait, I didn't install fast fetch yet. I didn't install any of the shit we installed yet on the other ones, so I don't expect this to last. This setup to last before I brick it again, because this board has been the most pain in the ass of all of them. But it's also because of what I want it to do, and getting it to do what I want it to do is like practically might as well be impossible, unless I set up a GUI version. But a GUI version gets this thing to max heat in like no time. Right now it's fucking hot, but desktop. Full desktop, bad. We cannot run that on this device, at least. As cool as it would be. Pretty sure this would be great for like robotics though. It's got no fan on it, so if you need a board for robotics with no fan, I think the Ultra M1S might have you covered, but still needs a lot of technical skills because it has the 3566 obviously. Which is the CPU from Rockchip, or the SoC. Let's go ahead and SSH now. So back to here. Great goodness. Let me just zoom out because I'm having a hard time focusing with my OBS Studio looking like this. Alright. Oh, let me do this part on off screen. Let me verify that real quick. So I think I have it right, but it's not doing what I want it to do. Might be wrong. Seven. Haha. Might need to turn it off and back on again, which worked yesterday. Anyway, it should be working today. Otherwise, I know another way to get it. So, if that's not pulling it up, then we'll go back to here. There's a tool I used yesterday called nmap. Which will pull up IPs. But I don't think it will give us the... we can SSH into the Pi from here to actually get that. I just realized. If we want the wireless IP, I could just grab that from here. Because I'm having issues connecting to it again. Alright, so we're gonna SSH. SSH into my Pi from here. Yes. Boom. Alright, what does that say? It says it set itself to a completely different number today. 168? That's a good thing, though. Trying to see better. 160. God damn, why is it set itself to 160? Amazing. How amazing of it. Great. Yeah, it went from 129 to 184. Now it's 160. Every time I mean, I guess it makes sense. Every time I unplug it, it should make a different IP address. That's good. Good practice, honestly. They'll keep it pretty much masked. Cool. I'm in. I'm hacking, guys. I'm in the system. I am in control. Okay, anyway. We need to go ahead and set up tmux, because I like tmux a lot. I like the tmux. I like it a lot. Anyway, I'm gonna try out some new layouts today. I think what I want to do is make a really tiny top section and just have an H-top that, yes, ricing out my headless setup so I can do this beautifully, but we're going to monitor network through that. Control B. Should be that. Oh. Oops, well, I mean, this defeats my idea. Nope. Oh. Alright. Well, how do I unsplit it? That defeated my idea. Alright, let's try this again. Cool. Now, I want the bottom section to be tiny, and I want a little thing up there, so I'm gonna figure that out real quick. And I know the answer to figuring it out. Tmux cheat sheet. Literally the best source to zoom. It's okay, this is what I need. If you need to know anything about Tmux, do this. Control B, Control D, gives you all of the keybinds and all of the commands. So if you want to make some custom setup like what I'm about to do. So you can join two panes using join pane -st or Control B and that, which converts it into a window. Oh, okay, that's cool. Actually, never mind. Let's go ahead and do this again. Can you use mouse? I didn't know that. I mean, obviously I didn't know that, but... Alright, so it says to do Control B plus Control arrows. Okay, so Control B. Oh. Whoa, look at that shit. Bro, that is cool. Okay, am I learning something or what? I bet H-top will be able to fit in this. There we go. That looks pretty sweet. Alright, now, H-top. Beautiful, just what I needed. Look at that shit. Now, let me show you all what I can do. I can, that's arc, by the way, but anyway. That's for the pi, and, Control B. Set this down, okay. F2 for setup. F10 is to... I can't even see the setup. Oh god. Control B. Control B. Here we go. That's more like it. You can do 2 columns, 1 column. You can change the... I played around with this yesterday too. But we can add a host name. And we can get rid of stuff too. So if you didn't want uptime, for example, if you didn't want load average, hit delete and it gets rid of it. You can get rid of that as well. We can get rid of that. We can even resize the header layout. We can do a 3360 layout. And then we can also do the host name. So we hit enter on that. We'll add a host name. Apparently it's called alarm. And we can do a network monitor. And we can change the style with F4. Look at that. That is beautiful. And then, oh, to finalize it, make sure you hit F10. Anyway, moving on. If you didn't know you can do that, H-top is amazing. So that's why I like H-top. It's beautiful. It's lightweight. and it does what I want it to do. Gives me a nice little monitor right there for my network, so I can watch as the network does stuff. Has an uptime of whatever that is, 24 minutes, I think. Have we been doing this for... Yeah, I guess that would track like 6 minutes in the stream. I must have put it up. Damn. Has a memory usage indicator, 198 megabytes. And that's just sitting there idle. It doesn't sound idle, but that's because the fan's running. And I have it set to run, so... Because this thing gets hot hella fast if you don't let the fan run. It might be designed to do that, but I like to keep things cold. I'm a firm believer that if you don't keep shit cooled, then it's probably bad. Regardless, let's go ahead and... now we can SSH into the next thing. So we can SSH into 10.1.10.238. You can add a network speed in tmux status bar to see everywhere without pain. Really? That's pretty cool. I don't know, I just like to watch HTOP. I also like to see the core usage. Which, it really doesn't use the cores. It's a headless... The only thing that's using cores is the SSH. But we're about to SSH into another one. I would like to know how to do the other thing though that you were mentioning. Ooh, is it... Okay. No route to host. Is it connected? First question. Connection. Yes. Connection is available. Nmap -- help. So Nmap's a tool that grabs you local IP addresses. So if you wanted to find addresses, you can use Nmap. Now it provides a bunch of stuff. But let's see. I actually cannot grep scan. Here we go. List scan simply lists targets to scan. Ping scan. I did this to Git when I enter a repo, clone my PC, then Git status appear in the status bar. Ah. Can detect OS. Are we gonna... We should like set up we should like set up an ARM computer and just practice hacking into it. That'd be fucking cool. But this is like a way you can pull IP addresses using, like, if you're connected to a network, you can be like, all right, well, what addresses are connected, and then you use Nmap. Nmap's a way to get addresses. It's a tool for finding addresses. If you don't know the address of something, you can use it like this. Scan flags. I've used it like twice, so I have no fucking clue how to use it. But it's always a good learning thing. There should be one for device, maybe? Device. This is just a good, like, I feel like with these streams, it's good for me to learn Linux through them. Honestly. Fast mode, scan fewer ports than default scan. So I think, oh, with decoy. Cloak a scan with decoys. TCP null. Okay, these would be like... grep Ethernet. ETH. think what we're looking for is just a regular ping scan. Oh, okay. Let's see what happens when I do that. Alright, nmap dash. Let's just go ahead and do one more thing. Wait. Oh. Nmap. Just to make sure. So what is nmap pipe grep sn? Ping scan, disable port scan. Okay. Only reason I'm doing this is because I can't scroll up. I might just search up nmap documentation. Beautiful. Network scanning is the official guide to nmap. Holy shit, is there a PDF? Whoa. Nmap, so cool, isn't it? I want to get the PDF. Where is it at? Free online edition. Thank you. Thank you. Oh. Where's the PDF version? You gotta have a PDF version somewhere. Holy shit. Fucking holy shit. Huge book. Anyway. I mean, most documentations are fucking extensive. But I just want to use nmap on my Ethernet port, so I don't accidentally pull like 5,000 IPs off of the Wi-Fi or some shit. Nmap Ethernet port. On Windows, nmap is limited. Yeah, but I'm not using Windows to scanning Ethernet interfaces. Well, that would make sense, because they don't want you to do fun stuff. On Linux, it will just do fun stuff regardless. Oh, what about USB? Tell me about USB. Can I scan the USB interface? Oh, that'd be cool. Dash send ETH. Okay, that gives me enough information to know that we need dash send ETH, and then we need to do the SN ping scan. So what we're gonna do is nmap dash v dash sn. And then the 10.1.10 .0/24 for the subnet, and then do a dash. Should be dash ETH or send ETH. Yes, send ETH. And started scanning 256 hosts. That doesn't sound like what I want to do. Oops. Host is up. But that should be on my subnet. I hope that's not somebody else's network. I should have thought. How do I scroll up in tmux? This is the real question. scroll. So scroll up and scroll down as arrows. Or would it be, what's, but it's not arrows. Arrows just checks the next command. Here, this will give us answers to scroll up tmux. Oh, god damn it! Control B. That doesn't work. What are you talking about? How does that not? That does not let you scroll up arrow keys. What? Control B to enter, which allows you to. Oh, hold on. Control B, this. Oh, look at that. So we have one IP address that we found, but we 10.1.10, that should be us. The 38 is down. Here we go. 204. Its IP is still 204. Bro, that is so cool, though. That is so cool. I should not think about playing with this thing more. That would be a bad idea. Because then I'll be like, alright, well, let's go ahead and test it out. And the next thing you know, we're scanning everything. Wow, look at this. I found this. Oh my gosh. That would be a terrible idea. But yes, that's my Ethernet from my Pi. So there should only be 2 devices on it anyway, so it's pretty much locked down. Pi as the router, so we are looking for 10.1.10.204. Oops. Don't do that. There's no @ symbol in there. Yes, I would like to conduct fingerprinting at this time. Should be that. Good. Good job, Mr. Freeman. For advanced users. I'm an advanced user. My name is Arch Linux, and I use Arch Linux. I'm the most advanced user of all time. Arch Freeman. I'm a legend amongst men. Alright, anyway, so we figured that shit out. Now we're in here. This is the Pi still. So we're still monitoring the Pi on its network. And, yeah, we still have access to this, so amazing. Control, clear all that shit on my screen. What's next up? We gotta... what do I want to do next? Kind of lost track what I'm doing. But we want to either set a static, we want to do that, we want to set a static IP, which apparently we did set. We also want to look at what the overview told us. Here we go. So display limitation, activating the MIPI DSI interface for the VU5S automatically disables HDMI output due to memory bandwidth, which, speaking of, I can unplug our HDMI. We no longer need it. Which will save us power and resources, more than likely. because now it no longer needs that frame buffer. So that should be good. But anyway, this is what we're looking at. We need to look into... I also can disconnect that, because I no longer need a keyboard at this time. Like, you would expect it to at least turn on. It's hella painful to unplug that. Alright. So yeah, we have that. We have a SD card in. Oh, here's what we want to do. So let's go ahead and get the device tree. Like, actually get the device tree. So we want to ls the device tree. So that would be ls/boot/ yeah, it should be in the boot directory. ls/boot, and you see there's armvn environments. That's important. But the DTB is in potentially one of these two, DTB and then that one. So first we're going to check the DTB tab / no, don't do that. But that's your whole device trees, part of your device trees in there. We want overlay. So you can see in here there's overlays for a lot of different things. A lot of different shit you don't need, really. But really what we're looking for is the VU5S DTBO. And as you can see, I'm just showing you all what the device overlay looks like. You have a lot of stuff in here, right? Which I already know that the thing we're looking for isn't in here, because I've looked through here. But we're looking for MIPI as well, so you would do a grep for MIPI if you really want to know where that's at. And really, apparently the setup here is using 3568 and 3588. Or no, 3588 was the one that it was most similar to. So most of the stuff you actually need for this is that. Though a 3566 version does work. So, escape. Control, actually, we want to, you can also do a system, or no, actually, I don't remember how to do it. But you can technically find out how, whether MIPI is running or not. But it's good to see that it has an I2C and a I2S1, or no, I2C in there. Because it wasn't like that before in the last installation. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and ls the other one, b dash, and then rock chip. And that pulls us to this, which looks a little different. Rock Pro 64 screen. These are basically drivers for all kinds of stuff. If you had a Wi-Fi driver you're missing, you could just attempt to swap it out. I mean, for example, you see there's a Wi-Fi one, WLAN. But these are for all kinds of different devices, which is really terrible and not super efficient. Honestly, here we go, overlay. So we want to go into overlay now. So we're going to ls an overlay. Yes. Which pulls us to this. We have a UART. We have an antenna. And a lot of Odroid M2 weatherboard. Odroid M2 display VU8S. I don't see the VU5S. However, the RK3566 and the RK3588 are very similar from what I've read on the forums. So we should just be able to put in the RK356 or 881 and it will just work if I can get my hands on it. Which I don't know if the Odroid M2 can even use the VU5S. Ooh. Damn. Okay. But yeah, it works with the VU8S. It could potentially be that it's not, oh, it's 4 a.m. My phone's magnetic? Oh, it was magnetic enough for some reason. That's the spies. That's what they're doing. Whoa, I want to watch your video on the Odroid M2S. M2 16GB for Bitcoin node and Pooble. I was thinking about that, but then I did my research and I thought, maybe not. Probably not. Please put... Shut up! Get off my screen, crypto, bro. Sorry. My apologies. I had to say that. I don't endorse using crypto. I am a human. Don't question me. Alright, let's see. MIPI DSI connector. Yes, yes. It should be able to use MIPI. MIPI? Can I get information on the software? Yeah, and it looks really cool. It looks like this shit. It's so fucking cool. I like it when it looks like this. And then I like it when it looks like this too. Right, so I've done that. I secured it in there. So Ubuntu, and then Ubuntu will not support, or will support you ASAP. Anyway, so the Ubuntu 20.04 image, is that the server image I got it from? Sorry, wrong folder. We need to go to Pictures, Images, and check which image I used. I also... The reason it's in Images is because I got confused and put it in Images, okay? It's not a joke of any kind, but it's pretty fucking hilarious to me now. Alright, so desktop. The GNOME desktop one we have. M2. Which I did install that at one point to do something. We need the DTBOs from one of these. So I need to figure out how to extract a DTBO from that. Although the software they do provide a boot image. So I might have that somewhere. Obviously, we want to get that boot image. Let's see. No. I did also try out the server image. Ooh, but the server I have is the 21 or the 22.04 server, and if you check, they specifically say that they are not supporting 22.04 yet. So, actually, let me rephrase that to make it sound more correct. They don't support 22.04 yet. No. 22.04 is not supported yet. That's the way to phrase that. Because that's really what's going on. All that for Android, bro? Android fucking sucks, bro. Anyway. So there's a display view 5S, which we have a DTBO for it. However, the version it's for is for, what's it called? So let's actually go ahead and ls usb dock. And see, the display view U5S DTBO doesn't really give you a version it's for, but I'm pretty sure I pulled it from the server, Ubuntu server version, which I only have a 22 image of. So we need to get the Ubuntu 20 image from these guys. So that's found at Odroid M1S. And then we go down, and I think it's in here. And you can actually download, we'll go with the 25. It looks like they might even have already, alright. Anyway, before we do any of that, I want to verify some other stuff too. So, the Ubuntu 22, or actually 5.10 DTBO with 6.18 kernel? Question mark. See if that even pulls anything. No, a device is not guaranteed to be with 6.18 kernel. Device tree overlays are tightly coupled to the base device tree structure. Are likely to have significant differences because DTS files, node names, and property definitions. Alright, so overlays must be explicitly written and compiled for that specific kernel version of the targets. To use an overlay, you must recompile the DTS against the 6.1 device tree over structure. Using a DTBO directly will likely result in errors. It just doesn't work usually, but oh god. I've stooped to new lows, but I just had to see this guy's post. You don't mention what platform this is, but I'm assuming it's one of the architectures that extensively uses device trees. ARM, PowerPC, and that you actually need device tree. Device tree overlays require support from user space in the form of overlay manager that knows what overlays to load at runtime. Unless your device is very dynamic where it might go away, for most cases, you want a simple hard-coded device tree. After writing your driver, you need to define a compatible property to tell the kernel what to load. Who's sending me information? Who dare send me information at this ungodly hour? I am receiving messages at this time. Oh. Did I receive the legendary wallpaper? No, we just got spammed, I think. I think that's what happened. Ugh. So much extra stuff to look at. Let's go back. Boom. Alright. Wow, such information. Honestly, I say we just fucking yeet skeet that shit right in there from the other one and try to see if that works. If it doesn't work, well, I mean, well, we'll just put it in there and see what happens. Or actually, I'm using Armbian with kernel version 6.1. Also, 6.18 is like the worst kernel version, honestly. I hate it. It's one of the ones with the least support for doing dumb stuff like what I'm about to do. But VU5S only comes with Ubuntu 5.10 kernel. The AI will generate the answer from finding it on the internet. Linux's BSP kernel, while Armbian with kernel 6 mainline support for the Odroid M1S CPU and GPU Panfrost lacks the proprietary panel initialization code required for the VU5S. Missing panel driver, yes, this is all pretty accurate. Requires a custom DTB device tree blob with the VU5S overlay pre-configured. Wouldn't the VU8S though work? So let's go ahead and try. So we have this for the 5.10 version. What you do is you go ahead and /nano, or no, not slash, what am I doing? Sudo nano /boot /armbian environment.txt. Alright, now if we look for it, should be this. Overlays Radke 0, whatever the fuck. Get rid of that, because that's not the right one. Then what was the overlay exactly in the other one? It was like VU8S. Hold on. I don't see a VU8S overlay in here. Oh wait, I do. That. So we want Rockchip RK. We want that whole thing. Let's just copy that whole thing. Control-Shift-C. I mean, honestly, all this research, right? Well, let's throw it all in the garbage. Let's just say that this will work. Sudo reboot -h now. Alright, in 5 seconds I will see that screen. Holy shit, I think it just lit up. Kind of lit up for like a second. I felt it. Can I... Hold on. Hold on. It's still doing stuff. Oh, we might need to do nmap again. Fuck! Son of a... Okay, nmap. Beep, 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 ding, 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 ding. Oh, we might have bricked it, though. That'd be funny. That would be a typical episode. That's about how it goes, usually. Ah, okay. It is that one. Okay. do that again. Yes. Alright, so now I need to... Let's see. So we did something, I think. But I don't remember how to... So here's how you compile it all. Oh, what's in /user/share? ls/user user/share/overlay. NetPlan? NetPlan is actually pretty good. I like NetPlan. I am a big fan of NetPlan. Honestly, it's amazing. Fish? GCC? I don't see overlay. I don't see where it says overlay. I don't know where it got that from, but okay. I see OpenSSH, but I don't see overlay. It said overlay, right? Armbian/oh. Try Armbian. Maybe they have one that's built for it. Over. No. Sudo nano. And then Armbian env.txt. It doesn't have anything in there. So it's just Armbian. Never mind. Armbian. Boot logo, console, both, extra args, CMA. Maybe it needs to go in here though. And it needs that one overlay as well. Overlays equals Control-Shift-V, Control-S, Control-X. Do it again. This time, make it work. Sudo reboot-h now. Oh, actually. Please work this time. It's turning on. If you ask it to work, it might just work. I mean, who knows? Alright, anyway. Reconnect to it. Once that light starts flashing, it means it's good to go. And check the orange light on the Ethernet port. It's pretty much orange, so that probably means it's good to go too. Enter. Yes. Connect. Alright. Clear. So there's a way to list devices and things. Debug information on display. I think there's I remember using a special command for this, but I don't remember what it was. So direct rendering manager, logging, and stuff like that. No. Yes, we want dmessage. Dmessage. Grep mippy. Grep DRM. rock chip DRM display bound subsystem HDMI. Mod probe DRM service. All right. Can I force it? DSI node. Grep DSI. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's see if this works. Copy. See if that gives us anything. Card render D128. I don't even know what I'm looking at, honestly. It just seems to give us these. Oh, you can also grep ors. Control-Shift-V. Oh, right, it needs to be done as sudo. Or root. One of those two. Sudo. You see that it only really pulls the DRM. So it doesn't even have a panel or a backlight. Only pulls DRM. What does that mean? I'm stupid as fuck. Please help me. Somebody. The message only shows DRM initialization, but no, maybe it confirms that the kernel cannot find the VU5 panel definition in the device tree, because specific panel VU5S. But the DW MIPI DSI controller fails to bind because the device tree lacks a pointer to panel node, requiring for the VU5S. You'll likely see that the DW MIPI-DSI rock chip failed. Yes, that's exactly what we see. Find panel or bridge. We don't see negative 517. We do see that. No. So we don't see that DRM failed. But we do see... What does it say? It says FE06. We don't see that. So we then concat the system firmware device tree / base. But that's not an actual path, and I already know that. So system firmware, oh. Disabled. Okay. That returned disabled. LSDTB overlay. Which is just a... That's not gonna... There's no directory there, anyway. That's incorrect. But this will echo the... Pipes... Does that too? Okay, so Nova relays are loaded. That's cool. And then this one is dmessage trep-i panel. So it's looking for panel. Confirm missing panel driver. Switch to 6.1.60 if available, which includes merged VU5S patches. Now, this is a bad idea because you switch to the... Try to switch to Edge, you will go to the 7 version. And that's probably not a good thing. Right, we need to sudo. Nothing, because there is no panels loaded. But the thing that was really interesting was when we cat and it says disabled. Now, this information is, where is it at? This one? That's... So switching to like an Edge version is probably not a good idea. I'm just saying, but because also there is no Edge version for the M1S, I think it would probably brick it. That's where it's at, but it won't be in there. Source DTS is not in the mainline kernel tree yet. Ensure you are editing the correct configuration file for Armbian. Yes, which we are doing. We have not done that because I just used the fucking other one. Anyway, I can put that in there. Or next. Alright. Let's see if we can do that. That's a good idea. Sudo armbian -conf. I mean, tab. Check distro. Alright, system-wide admin settings. Oh, splendioso. You can install desktops and shit. Alternative kernels. Please start the update. Oh, it's updating. You fucking kidding me? How useless. Alright, so manually copy it to your Armbian board. Porting is always overlays is too complex. The most reliable method is using the official Ubuntu 22.04 image from the hard kernel, which ships with version 6.16 and pre-configured overlays. Although that's probably wrong because I heard the 22 version on their website says that it doesn't have support. So like on the wiki that says it has no support, so it's probably wrong. We know it doesn't exist, but I'm always willing to try porting it over. Is kernel version, and it is possible to get on the Edge version. How to switch kernel version. So it's possible to do it using apt. I did it yesterday, which is fucking... I don't remember how to do it. It was yesterday. Interactive method, sudo armbian. You'll see available Linux image current rock chip. Navigate to system, kernel, or alternative kernels in older versions. Yeah. Edit the boot environment. Select the Edge kernel. Likely version 6.160 or higher. The manual method. Which if you do this... Well, that's the one we want. So we're gonna just shove that shit right in there. Rent kernel versions can significantly impact the functionality of your... Okay. Do it. Oh, unable to locate those packages. Right. Now we feed it the errors. This is gonna break shit, I already know. I did this yesterday. Remove the old kernel to up. I mean, we're just here to fuck around at this point. I mean, why not? For the view file, you need specifically the kernel version 6.1. Often 5. That's wrong, because the 5.10 kernel has what we're looking for. Or early 6.1 lacks the panel driver. This is good. Give it a shot. Paste it. We're gonna do it because I think it's right. Identify available images. Install the correct kernel. .18x. See if this works. Because I don't know the names of these. I should probably actually look for the names of these. Why are you trying to do it through apps, though? Oh, it's already the newest version. Huh. Shrunk. No longer exist as separate entities for the M1S. The required drivers are now in the current kernel branch. All of this information is wrong because does ARM being supported? I really love the hardware power coming from hard kernel. I bought the Odroid U3 as a replacement for the Raspberry Pi 2, and it continues serving my Homeplex and Torrent seed box. When they launch Odroid M1S, I decided to wait until I saw progress in Armbian forums, but in the end, I trust that the community and myself. I don't really want to rebuild a kernel or do any of that. I would really really prefer not to do that. Oh, because I might have to do that. I don't want to. Please. However, we could just install Ubuntu on there and ignore. Well, last time we tried Ubuntu, there's so much fucking cringe on Ubuntu that it made me not want to use Ubuntu. So yeah, it's already up to date. Interesting. ls/ or ls/boot/t/o enter. .3566. I mean, we have a lot of different things in there. It's just not what we're looking for. Ugh. 3566. SATA? There's a SATA thing? SATA DTBO? Weatherboard, M2S, VU8S overlay. We have this. Maybe this will work. Like I said, maybe that will work. We'll throw it at the AI and see if it figures it out for me. Hello, Mr. Robots. Fuck you. Figure this out. Will that work? The most accurate robot we've talked to on this channel. For this panel and newer kernels, well, DMESG, pipe, grep, vu8s. Oh, right, I need to do it as sudo. Nothing? Anyway, there is another option where we just say fuck it and just slap in the other one. Which I tried that yesterday as well. Sudo cp usb doc / overlay. Or no, what's it called? Tab. I want to see what's in there. ls usb doc. What's in there? There's nothing? Sudo mount /dev /sta and then put it in USB doc. ls USB doc. Alright, now sudo cp display, or actually USB doc display, and then the directory we want to copy it to is /boot /dtb /rockship /overlay, and boom. Then we're gonna go ahead and do sudo nano, should be /boot /rmbin, and switch this over to say the overlay for that. Overlay dash vu5s.dtbo. Put the full extension. I don't think it looks for that when it looks at overlays, but it might. Alright, time to reboot. Or sudo umount USB doc. Sudo reboot -h now. Cool. And oh, nothing's happening. How amazing. I thought I was getting closer. I guess not. Alright, we're gonna SSH into it now. Oh. No SSH yet? Yes. Yes, please. Yes, delicious. Clear. Should be just dmessage pipe grep vu_5s. Okay, sudo that. Wrong password. Wrong password. vu5s. Maybe it's not vu5s, it's just fucking, what's the other one? MIPI? Or DRM? Let's see if DRM is returning anything. HDMI. We don't want that. Cannot find any CRTC or sizes. What does that mean? Oh. So how do you... Kernel sees the GPU VOP but finds no connected panel because the DSI... That is what we had. I think. No, it's the VU V0, but yes, same shit, different number and thing. Same thing, basically. Yeah, probably. So what does it want, then? Node is disabled. Even the DSI, even if the DSI were the specific VU5 panel driver, likely panel or custom hard kernel variants, is missing from 6.18, causing the intermediate fix steps. Since you are on and required drivers. Yes. Yes. Keep updating the Odroid M1S is the answer to the problem. How to turn on DSI. I have the VU5S image now. And it's gonna tell me to reboot, and it's gonna tell me all this shit that doesn't make sense, but you know, I know what I'm doing. Kind of. You booted the official Ubuntu image. Fuck Ubuntu, bro. It's fucking terrible. Disable HDMI. Got it. That's one of the things I was thinking of. So, we're not even gonna ask any questions. We need to, before it was telling me to add it in extra args. What does it say? It says HDMI physics equals 0. I'm gonna put it at the top, actually. HDMI dash physics or underscore physics equals 0. That's probably gonna help it. We'll try that out. That's a good idea. Good recommendation. Sudo reboot -h now, and I don't know how fast it's supposed to fucking turn on that thing, but I mean, I guess we might just have to switch it over to Ubuntu to actually get a setup that works. I don't want to do it. We might have to, and I don't really want to do that at all. I really don't want to do it. There is a tool, though, that I've been told of, which could allow us to run Ubuntu without it being too much more cringe. Anyway, that did not work. LS. What are we looking at on this one? D-message pipe grep, and we're looking for DRM. It needs to be done as sudo. Should bring up a bunch of stuff. Can't find any CR starting mod probe services. We already know that the MIPI stuff is not really working. The initial panel driver code. You must upgrade it. You must upgrade to 6.160. You must upgrade to 6.160. Oh, wait. No. No way. Hold on. Yeah, it needs, so it needs a panel driver? Lacks the internal panel driver code. Sudo dmessage. No. Alright, well. Yeah, it's missing the panel driver code. It needs a different kernel version. Unfortunately, not enough support on Armbian for this one. I feel like the Odroid M1S should have more support than that. But yeah, that'd be interesting as well. Panel backlight device. Check if this is active. So you'd cat system firmware device tree disabled. Alright, well that's what we need to do first. So it's probably missing the actual DTBO. Honestly, don't want to deal with trying to recompile. DTB overlay, rock chip. Alright, so it's missing that one. If missing, you must OR from the Ubuntu image. 3568. That's what we need. So there's another option that we can do, which is to mount in the USB. We'll mount a different SD card, and we'll just copy it from there. We're about to rip the image. All right, but first we're gonna go ahead and sudo /boot /dtb /rock chip overlay, and what was it? Overlay underscore vu5s.dtbo rm-rf Cool. Should bring us all of these. Alright, so what we're going to do, pull the actual 3568 variant. We use the 3566, but the 3568 will work the same, according to the robots that be. So, I'm gonna switch our scene over. This is a desktop version of Armbian. It might have what we're looking for. So if we just cannibalize the desktop that I used to install from, pretty sure they just spray painted the fucking shit on this. That entire paint is just spray painted. Nice. Alright, now. Sudo. What? Back to that? Sudo mount / dev. Actually, lsblk. Because it's not that. lsblk. Should bring up an SDA. Sudo mount / dev / SDA1. Okay, it is a device. USB dock. ls USB dock. Alright, now we're gonna do boot. Should be a 6.18 current. What version are we on again? 6.18, right? I think we are. Dash uname R? Or no, uname dash R. We are on the rock chip 6.18. Alright, well then should be in inside there. Alright, let's go ahead and DTB rock chip / rock chip overlay. We're gonna look for the one that has a driver. I wonder if we just need to grab more files to make it work from the Ubuntu image. So yeah, we could take from the Ubuntu image and just fucking shove them in the thing. But I think we need more files for it. Alright, so we're gonna sudo umount USB dock. USB dock. LSBLK. It's unmounted now. Alright, well, we're gonna flash an Ubuntu image on one of those. Probably this one. Actually, I'm gonna save that one. Do I want to do it on the 128 gigabyte or the fucking 8 gigabyte? I only have these two left. For us to fuck around with. We'll go 128 gigabyte. Even though I was gonna use it as internal storage, I'm gonna just rip it from there. Or put it on there. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We are going to install the latest Ubuntu image on that. We then need to potentially update it to the latest version, if it doesn't have the drivers I need. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to use Boolean Etcher to do this. Since it does work, if you unxz files, so this will be the easiest way to go about this. I got my images. This is the first flash of today's episode. Yesterday I was flashing these images all day. Spent all day flashing images. And the 22 image is said to not contain it. But we'll give it a shot. Flash from file. We want that Ubuntu. That might have it. Honestly, that might have more of the drivers we need. We might just copy all of the drivers over. But for now, we're gonna... Well, let's go with... that will probably have more of what we need. Flash it over. No, it's just this. Just waiting. Just burning time. So in the meantime, we're just gonna sit here and wait. For hours. For decades, even. Oh, God. Ugh. The Nmap documentation. How amazing. Gordon Theodore Leon. Wow, what a crazy name. Gordon Freeman. Gordon. The Nmap network scanning. I love that shit. It's so good. Favorite tool so far? Nmap. 100% Nmap. Actually, Linux tools, just put them on a... Make one of those... What are they called? What's it called? Tier list? Alright, here we go. Tier list right here. Alright, what was I gonna do the tier list for anyway? What was I talking about? Tier list for, For what? Oh, these? Nmap? Nmap? Copy image? Put that on my tier list already. Do I need to download the images to upload them? Am I stupid? Alright, there we go. Should be just in downloads. Choose files. Downloads. nmap.org. This will go, I think it's probably B tier for Linux tools. Yeah, we'll put that there. Oh, tmux. Oh, yeah, tmux. Alright, then, choose files. Tmux. The fucking crap on this image. It's so corrupt. TM. S tier. What's the other one? B top. Where's the best logo image? Here, we'll just copy this one. Throw it in there and see if it crops it again. A tier. H top. H top is S tier for me, honestly. H top for me, I like H top. Whoa, look at their website, bro. You know they're onto something with a website like that. But yeah, H top, S tier for me. Choose files. H top. S tier. Honestly, favorite Linux command is the one that removes the French language pack. Bro, everybody hates the French language for some reason. But I need to remove one. How do I remove this one? I want to change it. I don't understand this technology. I use Linux, not... Get rid of this. Can I... Delete it? How much longer we got? Still flashing? Got it. nmap.org. I feel like it's an A tier. We're just gonna have a big TM at the bottom. That's T weird N with a slight curve at the end. What's the other one? Let's see. We have H top. Oh, we want to go back to tmux. Because tmux, if you look at the image for tmux, actually, let's just grab an image of tmux. Terminal multiplexer. Here we go, this shit. Save that image. This will fit the theme now. We're theming it with this. Everything is going to be an image of what it is. Except for nmap, because nobody fucking knows what nmap is. Let's see, other ones. Like BSD tar. Actually, here's a good one. File Explorer. Windows 11. You know where this one's going. Fucking shit tier, bro. Shit tier. Honestly. Alright, ready to see this go into shit tier? Can I not add tiers? How do you add tiers? Add row below. Alright, and this one is called new. Call this one shit. Aroni tier. Alright, cool. And make the color on that, like, red. No, is there brown for shitteroni? Yeah, like that. That's, yeah. There's just a fucking red squiggly line. Okay, never mind. Make that even worse. Make it purple. Shitteroni tier. The lowest tier. Alright, now if I upload that image... Me forgetting how to upload images. Shitteroni tier right there. Ranger Linux. I haven't really used it much. I'm gonna put it in... Is that Ubuntu? I like the purple Ubuntu terminal, but I don't like Ubuntu enough to use it. Unless we absolutely fucking need to for some godforsaken reason. But yeah, this is going in that tier. So my Linux tier list is going pretty well while I wait on this image to flash over. Alright, and then... let's see, what other tools do I like? I could do programming languages and just throw that shit in there. J language. We've used Nmap, we've used... oh, fdisk. Oh, it's good. It's ready. Cool. Let's go ahead and download the image of fdisk before we get everything... Oh! I know what we need. Arch Linux. Anyway, fdisk. Need an image of fdisk /dev/sda. Is that one of my videos? I'm taking pictures of my videos. MS-DOS fdisk. Save image as. I'm just gotta add this before we get back to what we were doing before. Choose files. Where's fdisk at? Right here. Put that in, I'd say B tier, A tier. This can, I don't know why we have a big thing called TM, but it won't go away. Oh, actually, clear row images. Ah! Ah, that's how I make it go away. Cool. Yeah, we'll add more in a second, but first, we'll go ahead and see if this worked. So, should be good to remove. Put it in the other one. Put it from one PC to the next one, and then, Alright, so LSBLK, it's going well. Alright, so there's a boot partition, which we also have a boot partition. That boot partition is, I think, SDA2. Although I could be wrong, because it... or actually, no, that's SDA1 is boot partition, it would appear. For the Armbian installation, we have 2 boot thingies. We're gonna... I think it should be in here. SDA2 this time. LS USB dock tab boot tab and then what else is in there? I think it should be DTB tab. Oh, never mind. No. Why would it default to file system? What? Okay, so it hasn't been... maybe it's because it hasn't been run yet? It hasn't built all of the... what the fuck? So... boot? What am I looking at? There's nothing in there. Packages. There's nothing in that either. I mean, that's not a directory though. Maybe I need to run it? Otherwise, the boot partition is the 256 megabyte one? Or am I confused? Maybe it's not in there because it hasn't been populated. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna quit our SSH. So we're gonna we're gonna sudo umount USB dock So what's gonna happen once I do this, I'm going to actually open up the case and we're gonna figure this shit out. Oh yeah. That's how I'm gonna do it. By opening the case, we'll figure it out. Sudo shutdown -h now. Did I disconnect from it already? Cool, I'm still in alarm. Alright, let's go ahead and get the correct camera. We're gonna try out the Ubuntu image. Since it has nothing in there. Unplug that, just in case. I don't want it turning on while I'm busy conducting my task of switching over the Ubuntu image. Takes 2 hands to get this one. It's still connected to the display. Which this is kind of annoying, but I'm gonna have to do it like this. It probably won't have display drivers or the display set up by default. It's configured to use HDMI by default, so we'll have to switch back to that probably. I don't really want to do this because I don't want to have to set up all that extra bullshit. You know, it's going to be easier to just unplug that, honestly. Put that like that. And we're going to plug... Okay, so here's what's going to happen. This goes in here. There's 2 pads that need to be pressed while I plug in the power supply. Which is literally just a typical standard power supply. So this has to happen as I do the other part. There's a bit of a technique to this, where you just set it down and press it super hard on the pads with tweezers. Sure that I'm tweezing it, bro. Actually, I gotta get a better look at this myself. I cannot see what I'm doing. What's up? Alright, so that's good. God damn it, this shit's hard as hell. I mean, I knew it was hard. I've done this like a couple times, but this sets it to the right boot mode. We're gonna bring this closer into the video and give it a better view angle. Alright, so the way that you do this is you get these 2 pads, and then push it in. Takes a bit of effort. Fuck. This is taking too much effort. Remove this. Then do it. Doesn't need internet right away, because it's going to just be doing that. We need to update the Ubuntu image on there. Super. Alright, that should do it. Now it's going to boot the Ubuntu image. So we wait. Because this is mask ROM, so when you press those 2 down, it will mask the ROM, which is the eMemC. Although it appears I didn't short it correctly. but we're gonna test that. I'm gonna plug in the HDMI piece. We're gonna get an HDMI output. We're gonna get a video feed. Then we're gonna set up my keyboard again. Fucking hell. Quit sliding around. I got that. Connected. Alright, now should we have Ubuntu? Oh, that's an amazing view. Yeah, we'll keep that in. That way I don't have to switch all the time. But where's my... Oh. It's ARM being tricksy right now. So I failed at my one job. It's okay, we'll just unplug and replug. Standard method. Back to the other scene. Ultra magnification. So that needs to go in as we're shorting the pads, which is the hardest part of the whole operation, is shorting those pads. Well, for me at least. I need like an ultra fucking amazing magnifying glass for this. Honestly, it might be easy if I just did that. I'm gonna be careful not to short out other stuff too. Would be really cool if you include a switch on these things, Odroid. Bro, I feel my pad's heating up. I might be shorting it on something. See if that works. Oh, Ubuntu? No! Fuck. Give it a second so it can boot. Well, I want it in the video, and that's pretty much very difficult unless I'm looking directly at how I'm doing this shit. I think it's gotta be the... Oh shit, my bad. I gave you all flashbang again. Huh. Alright, touch the two mask ROM pieces, which I'm doing now. You gotta press them like super hard though. I got it now. I got it. It's not booting. It's not booting the mask ROM? Why you no boot? Mask ROM boot? What's the issue? No boot. Should boot. We'll try it again. Must have failed to flash over. Maybe my image is bad. Yeah, my image is probably bad. Arch Linux would be amazing right now. Undo that. Alright, so if that's the case, just gotta flash a new image while we're waiting. So that image is probably not good. Let's try the server. So the desktop was the first choice, server is the second choice in this case, just to get these drivers moved. What am I doing? Which one do I want? This one? Oh, that one? That one. Oh. Gotta unplug that now. That's amazing. So we're gonna put drivers on it. I was gonna try compiling the kernel for it. I don't want to try that anymore. I give up at that. If nothing else works, we can swap out the entire portion of the eMMC that houses the DTB. That's if nothing else works. We won't be able to really update, but we will be able to swap out the DTB. So that will be how I do it. In the meantime, we're gonna open up this, flash another, select target, select, choose a different version. So we tried that. So we have Ubuntu 22 minimal Odroid N2L, Surfer, Odroid M1S. Let's go ahead and unXZ that before we get started. New one of these. CD downloads, unXZ tab. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in there. Ubuntu -26 tab. That's for the Odroid M1S with a BSP-boot. We're gonna try that out. And now it should be an image. So when we flash from file, we have an image. That did not take a long enough time. Flash. Mass storage device. bootfs, rootfs, /dev/. Okay. I was just kind of concerned it might have switched over to NVMe or some shit like that. Be like, oh fuck, I'm flashing my NVMe with an ARMOS. That's not right. Oh, it's just the boot partition. Just the part that we need. That's actually what we needed. Alright. That's really cool. I now have the boot partition for one of the things we needed. Holy shit. Alright, well, in the meantime, let's go ahead and take that and switch my scene at the same time. Wow. Switching scene at the same time. Let's go ahead and redo the setup for this, where we SSH into it and everything, because that was working really well. So replug. My VLv4 device is not capturing. What? What is this? This is a tragedy right here. Do I need to remove it? BG3? Oh, BG3 work? What the fuck? You change what you want to BG3? Do it. Do the thing. Alright, there we go. Cool. 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 Get these shitty ass things I found on the side of the road out of the fucking video. I don't even know what these were from, but fucking found them on the side of the road and it's useful to me. Oops. I didn't mean to slam that. My bad. That could have been bad. We need to create new rules to not slam stuff. I like this one because it's a little bit longer than normal, by the way. That's just something else to know. Alright, so then we're going to put this in that. Good job, Mr. Freeman. Now the AMS spectrometer is actually working again. Alright, let's go ahead and SSH. Oh yeah, by the way, if you missed it earlier, we use nmap for fun, so not for fun, just because I couldn't figure out where the fucking shit was. Alright, so we have that, and yes, I want to continue connecting. Whoa! Key fingerprints. Is that the SSH key? No, I need to redo all my keys now. I need to... What? Need to redo all my keys then. That will be a project for myself to do, without anybody else. Alright, we're in the Odroid M1S, so we're gonna sudo lsblk first. Sudo mount /dev /sta1 USB dock LSU tab. Alright, what are we looking at here? 6.1. Ooh, what a weird DTB version. That's much closer to the 6.18. I'm guessing that this isn't too far out of date for us to pull some of the shit out of it. I think it will work. I think this might just do the job. Anyway, so there's an Odroid first boot config. When you first boot a then it usually does a bunch of stuff. Basically, it will usually, after we brick it, I have to do that, and then I'll boot a new Ubuntu image like this one to fix it. That's the way I fix it. I don't understand how it works, but you just plug it in, and if you got rid of your boot, like there's a section on the eMMC for boot. If you get rid of that, you won't be able to boot images, not even the eMMC to UMS image. So to fix that, you just install Ubuntu, plug it in, and boot Ubuntu. Apparently Ubuntu fixes 90% of the issues when you have that one. Now, oh, I didn't even show you all what I'm doing. Fuck. Well, okay, so I did LSB, fucking hell, LSBLK, did this shit, did all that shit, mounted. Now we have all of this. 6.10 Rackchip Odroid ARM, which looks to be something interesting. And then we have a DTBS. The most important part is the DTBS. So we're going to take a look at the DTBS right here, or DTB. Honestly, we could swap this whole thing and potentially make it work. Now, the Odroid ARMPN image is a bit weird though. So, what am I on? This one? LS. We have USB dock. Do we have ls/tab or u tab, b tab, d tab, dtbs/tab? So it's not a directory, that's okay. DTB. Oh, just ls USB dock. S slash, and then there's a RK3566 Odroid M1S.dtb. Now what we might need to do is update these before we attempt to do anything with them. We can always put these in and swap out that piece of the thing, and it will probably, more than likely, work. And then we want to go to the next one, which is going to be the DTB. I might want to try it by DTBS, or what was that one? Tab. Overlays. So there's a 3568 M1. The M1S and the Go all share this DTB, I'm pretty sure. Overlays. And then we want the Odroid. Cool. That's what I'm looking for. So let's copy that and put it in mine. I'm sure that won't do anything bad. Yeah. Okay. Sudo cp for that directory, which was usb doc/dtbs tab 6 point tab o tab o tab s /*, and then the target is going to be /boot /dtb /rock chip /overlays. And now sudo nano /arm /boot /arbn environment.txt and verify that we have overlay vu5s inside of here. I'm going to go ahead and put it in as vu5s. Save, Control X, and sudo. Before we do anything else with this, I'm going to, oh yes, we'll just do sudo shutdown -h now. As always, potential of mass annihilation, quantum spectral mass annihilation or some shit. Who knows? I don't speak science. Speak Linux, bro. Alright, now I need to do this shit. Please bring us to the big screen. Yes. Get it on the Jumbotron as I try to insert this shit. Alright. Good. It's ready. Ready for testing. Actually, before we test it, I'm going to put the lid on too. Now, if that fails, we have other options, so don't worry. We can always use that boot sector, or boot piece component, and just cannibalize it into the entire installation itself. So if that's the issue, and we just swap it out for the original boot, I'm sure that will work out amazingly. Although usually, I think the new rule should be we test on a USB before we test on or test on HDMI before, or test on SD. I'm getting my standards all confused here. Before we test it on the fucking normal eMMC, because that should be the standard. That should be that's the safest way of doing things. All right, now we're gonna wait for it to check that it does anything. Doesn't do anything. Fucking great. SSH into it. Answer is yes. ls. D, msg, pipe, grep, and v, actually, mipi. Alright, then do it again with DRM. And that brings us to these again. Still no good. There's other options though. If this doesn't work, there's other options. Okay. DRM. Let's try grep DSI. Display system interface. No? So none of those two are returning anything. Interesting. Back to asking AI for advice. Copied entire Odroid boot Ubuntu. Let's see what it thinks though. It's gonna be stupid. 26.0.2 boot from Odroid and put or DTBs into Armbian with 6.18 kernel. See if that works. That should give us some kind of terrible answer, which is going to be wrong. 24? I didn't even ask about 24. We used the 26 image. Duh. Yeah? 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 Ensure every file is readable by the bootloader. Okay. Got it. We're just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Okay, sudo chmod 664 the entire bootloader. There's some of these chmod things that you can. Oh, don't do that one. That's probably not what we're looking for. 644 the bootloader. So /boot /tab dtb /rockship /overlay. Do everything. Good. Sudo reboot -h now. So that should change if it's executable or not. Maybe it will work. Maybe, just maybe, it will reveal itself as a beautiful thing. It will show us the light. This amazing piece of 21st century technology will work. Or it will brick. Or we'll brick it. Alright, then dmessage pipe or sudo dmessage. What do we want to grep for DRM. I also said that it might be the... That was a stupid answer because it's not compatibility. Yeah. We'll try that one. Control-Shift-V. Oh, it does have it. Okay. Well, this might have been what we were looking for. How long has that been in there? Oh, I didn't have to reboot it? Control-V. So we have the panels. Oh, those are not the right ones? What do you mean they're not the right ones? Yeah, we have the 9881C. Yeah, that's correct. SPI displays, 2 to 3.5 inches. Oh. Okay. We do have that. So how do you load it? You would use mod probe? Cool. Copy that. Let's go ahead and mod probe. Sudo mod probe. What is it? Panel. Elite tech. Would you just put the path to it? Or no, you would just do that. Dash ILI 9881C. Now you do the next thing. Sudo insmod? Oh, never mind. Check dmessage. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Sudo. Ha! Cringe init done. It didn't like to init this. There we go. Cringe init is done. FE10 full. Arnbian ramlog. 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 Yeah, that's amazing. That's next. What are we looking for? Success messages? Panel success messages. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see any of that. Maybe we need to do a special technique called and. See, and gives you the ability to do two things. So sudo pipe. Bro, I'm getting to the point where I'm doing one-liners. Next thing you know, we'll be operator overloading. N20. What do you mean I can't do that? What do you mean that's not allowed? That's allowed. That's in my book. Unless... Oh, my bad. Oops. I forgot to do sudo dmessage. It's the most important part. dmesg. There we go. Let's see. Cringe in it dead. I like that. Done. Oh, okay. So it just did that. What do you have to say about this? Explain yourself. Good. Ding 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 ding. Nice. Next steps. Alright, so let's try that. Oh my god, it gives it to me without the pseudo. There we go. Yeah, I don't think it worked. Cat that again. Yeah, that didn't work. Did not work. Activating the hardware node. You must ensure that the overlay is applied by U-boot. About DTBO. What was it again? We had a was it actually the full thing was called that? I think it would have been called ls/boot/dtb/rock/chip/overlay display view 5s. Unless it's 3568, 3566. I don't see it in there. Nope. 3568 is the M2L. Or actually the M1. I think the M1 uses 3568. 3566 is the M1S. So it shouldn't be too difficult to get the M1 to work on this. But anyway, I think the issue spurs from yeah, we're gonna go ahead and try that out. So it says to echo this and then pipe it to T and put it in modules. I'm sure this won't break it. If it does, it'll be a fun episode. Cool. Pipes that in. Sudo reboot -h now. If it doesn't work, that will also be a fun episode. What we're looking for is that display turns on. Okay, it's on. Do it again. Do it again. If it all fails, there's always Ubuntu. Cringe Ubuntu. Yes. We need to make. Hold on, I was gonna make the one joke, but I messed it up. My bad. Yes. Good. That should be it. Yes. Good. Suda the message pipe. Grep TRM. sudo. Aw. So that didn't really work. Copy that. Oh. DRM display system found. Same shit. Makes sense though. It might just need to be updated. Which means I'd have to take everything out and update the... Get a full image, update the full image. That'd be the way to do it. At that point I might as well install directly. Fucking put Ubuntu on there. I can do it. I mean, I could do that. I think it'd be easiest to just put Ubuntu on it, honestly. At this point, the amount of us fucking around and trying to figure out how to put Armbian on there, it's clear that the people who make the board have more support for the other thing. Which this is going to return as disabled. Yes, so it is disabled. Let's go ahead and throw it this. BSI is still disabled. It's the hardware node it needs to bind to is turned off in the device tree. Okay, so why is it VU5S is in the Armbian and we already know what the actual name is. Or update Armbian the text to match the full name. Critical free. This is all a loop. Hallucinated loop. Confirm Armbian.txt exists. Maybe it needs this. Is that what we need? Explain. Oh. Okay, we'll try that out. I've done that one before, so let's, maybe it'll work now. /boot arm. So we need to just go over to here, overlay view5s, Control Shift V space, and then 1. But I think those are different. Sudo ls, what would it be called? /boot d r o. But I want to grep the output for I2C. Alright. That gives us those. Cool. And then control. Go back. Actually, sudo reboot -h now. I hope we brick it. I want to brick it today. I really want to brick it for no reason. Like, I think it'd be fun to brick today. We need to brick. Like, we need to fuck it up that bad. Maybe it needs me to do the back. Oh my god, it's hot as hell down there. Alright, maybe, yeah, it needs me to do the backlight. Let's go ahead and do the backlight. I'm gonna ask the AI how to do backlighting for this thing. How to configure backlight? See if that does anything. Control, actually, here, yes. Sudo control shift V. Nothing. Check if the kernel has detected any backlight device. So it hasn't done that. Decompile the overlay. Let's do it. I believe in myself. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. Decompile the overlay using this. This is the most scariest shit of all time, but we're going to do as the robot says because it's probably not right. We're gonna break it today. It's dtb/rockchip/overlay. Pretty sure of that. It gave me a warning. Oh, okay, so, sudo nano display. Alright, what are we looking at? I'm a little scared to even touch this shit. I don't even know what I'm doing. If anybody has advice, let me know. Whoa, I'm hacking. Oh my god, he's a hacker. Ah, here we go. So it wants that. DSI is 0 as well. Whoa, this is really cool. I see a lot of information here, but I don't really know what I'm doing. It needs PWM4? Yeah, I guess it needs a lot of shit. Pointer PWM0 and pointer PWM1 for those function pointers. Okay. So I'm decompiling and then recompiling and then... Good God. Can I just copy this whole thing in there and then figure it out? Will this work for me? Oh my god. There's a lot of stuff in this DTBS. Control Shift C. What am I even looking at? Paste. Oh, it didn't even... Oh, it gave it the full bottom part? What? That the pH handles references to hardware nodes like backlight and PWM were not resolved during compilation. This happens when you decompile a compiled overlay without the original source symbols. I knew that would be the case. Kind of. Oh. Okay. Whoa. Got it. So cool. Oh, okay. Pointers to everything. Place the content of your... Paste the code above. Haptic feedback. Haptic feedback loop. Whoa, okay. Apparently this is what we need to do. I'm scared, guys. This is C code. Huh, so it's just C lang. Well, that means I could just write my own version. If I know what I'm doing. Pointers to everything. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and Control A and just... Holy shit, there's a lot more in here than there was in the other one. Control A. Or, maybe select all. That didn't look like the correct code, honestly. There's a lot more in here than there was in the other one. I'm just gonna say that now. This is gonna take a minute, guys. Actually, Control X. N. Sudo nano display underscore AI view underscore or view 5s underscore AI dot DTBS or DTS. Control Shift V. This is what the AI says to do. Wow. And that's what it says to do, guys. So we're just gonna go ahead and hope that works. Yep, that's gonna work. I hope it does. Alright, so Control S, Control X, sudo DTC, we're gonna do the underscore AI DT, pretty sure this has to be reversed now. So display. The odds that this work though are like crazy. If this works, it's like 1% chance this works. Mark Zuckerberg, fix your AI. Make it better. Please. I will use it. I'll use Grok next time to do this. DTB. DTB? Oh? Yeah. DTB. DTS. Incorrect magic number. Oh. What's the magic number? We'll send it this. Oh, wait. Oh, I know what it was. Underscore AI. I forgot to put the AI inclusion. Has the incorrect magic number. Well, we know we're going good places with that one. Yes. Let's go ahead and just feed it this information. Control-Shift-V. Invalid magic number. See, Linux Torvalds, he lives in the kernel, and he's telling us we need to stop. But I won't let that happen. With the power of Gronk, we will produce an amazing tool that nobody's ever seen. DTC, DTB, DTS. Oh. It's because I'm a fucking idiot and I've never DTC'd in my life. Oh! Thank you. Thanks. You know, you could do this a little bit faster so I can read it faster. What? Compile DTS to DTBO. I think it doesn't even know what it's doing. I don't think it knows how to compile a DTS to DTBO. Alright, at the end of the day, the easiest answer will be to install Ubuntu. Oh, we're gonna pull the install the @ symbol for magic. Copy that. Control-Shift-V. What does this mean? Go, do it now, Gordon. You will make this happen. Okay, you know what? No. Stop. Stop. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do that. Stop this. Stop this madness. There's an easy answer. It's in front of me the entire time. The answer is Arch Linux. No, it isn't. It's actually Pop OS. This is not the answer. Asking AI for 5 hours straight how to make the thing work is not the answer. If you can't figure out in 30 minutes, the answer is simple. Install Ubuntu. Odroid M1S images. Please pull me to the images page. For those wondering why I hate Ubuntu, because it comes with 5,000 packages. Well, what we could do is uninstall 5,000 packages from Ubuntu. So what we will do that. 26. Ubuntu 26. Actually, all of that's going to be done through a different method. Different technique. The technique is what matters, guys. I'll show you in a second. See, I have a way of doing this that I did yesterday that will work amazingly. Let's go ahead and unplug before we start fucking around. So, to install Ubuntu on this thing, we're going to use that technique we discovered or invented with the M2 boards to uninstall Ubuntu, to install Ubuntu on this, so I can create my headless server distro with the correct stuff on there. Although it might just work. Anyway. That should have the correct image on there. We shouldn't have to flash anything. There is one thing we do need to do. And that is press those two things down. If I can line it up correctly. Alright, get that shit lined up. This is a very perilous task to attempt to do it this way. But this will get us to the Ubuntu era of technology. We're degressing in technology to bloatware. Truly a sad fate, but it must be done for my goal. Or my intended use case needs it. If you're wondering what I'm planning to do, planning to make this a status display, pretty much. Status display for the entire system, pretty much. Alright. No, don't slide off the fucking table. Don't do it. No, Gordon, no. We're doomed. Ah, fuck. I forgot one part. That part is... Actually... Hold on. It might just work. BG3. YU. Sudo pacman sy kde. How the fuck did KDE get on this thing? We are now KDE'd into the system. Thank you, KDE Plasma, for today's episode. I love you, KDE, so much. KDE is just amazing, isn't it? Oh, yeah. It's KDE Linux. No. It's Carmbian. Carmbian. Does KDE Carmbian come with the correct device drivers? No, it doesn't. That'd be so fucking cool if it did. Carmbian OS. Huh. Carmbian. If I had more x86 systems, we'd fucking play with those too. Just to fucking install random things on them. Oh my god, this is even worse than it was to watch yesterday. But here, let me pull up HTOP so you guys can see what happens when you run a fucking KDE desktop environment on this thing, which is the most bloated environment. I'm gonna switch from KDE to... I mean, I like KDE, they got great stuff, but I'm gonna switch to KDE to, like, custom environments in the future. Probably. Give me that fucking K-console. Console. If you're wondering why this looks 10 times worse than it does, by the way. HTOP. But this will tell you how bad it actually is. If you look at the CPU usage, I'm pretty sure it's like all rendered by the CPU, which is currently approximately 380 degrees Celsius. It's about to turn orange. It's about to look like a very, very funny image I have saved on my PC. Here, let me. Oh, I can actually do that. I'm trapped in the machine. Never mind. All right. So, what we're gonna do is simple. We're gonna open Firefox, the cringe browser that I installed. Should be able to access the interwebs. Access transformer. Access the interwebs, right? And so we pull up the interwebs, and the interwebs are beautiful. Fuck. Son of a. What do you mean I can't do that? You fucking absolute assholes. I'm fucking cringe a lot. Anyway, networks. Disconnect? Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. I'm just pretty stupid, actually. Never mind. Look at all the intelligence going out the drain with this episode. Heat. Feel the heat. Enjoy. Bro, yesterday the entire board was glowing hot. Glowing hot from the KDE Kubuntu enjoyers. Yeah, this is Kubuntu on a fucking Odroid M1S, basically. It's not like a x86 Kubuntu, but it's fucking Kubuntu. Might as well be. Goddamn. Kubuntu is cringe Ubuntu. Even more than fucking regular Ubuntu. It's like ultra. It's Ubuntu for super chuds. Yeah. Fucking terrible. What is this? What am I loading? Gemini? Here's what I was the troubleshooting yesterday. Asking Gemini. That's how low I stooped down to yesterday. I spent all day getting gaslit yesterday to figure out how to do it. None. No. Oh, yeah, here's the amazing thing about Firefox is all the ads. Plus, it's using a Google search engine. Anyway, we need Balena Etcher. Balena Etcher install on Ubuntu. Huh? Desk POV? Yeah. The happening is going on. So we need using an app image. App images, I'm scared of. They don't work very well on this. Because this thing uses Wayland, and most of the time those are using X11. Or in my experience with Armbian app image, it was using X11. And then I installed it normally. Where's the .deb package? Please give me a .deb package. Download Etcher. We use cookies. That's fine. I use Tor browser when I'm not using this fucking shitty ass setup. Windows. I use this for... I can't even see the text myself, guys. By the way, I can't even see the text myself. I'm squinting so hard. Pretty sure the bottom one says Legacy, and the top one says x64 times 86. I see macOS with ARM. I see a Legacy with app image. Is the .zip. Can you all read what that says? I can't read what that says. It looks like I need to zoom in a bit. Oh, I can't do that. I'm fucked. Hold on. Maybe I can if I hold Control and my scroll wheel. Okay. Fuck your cookies, bro. Get fucked. Rejected. Boom. Ah, okay. I see. So how do I plan to flash the image then? Because we need to flash a regular stock Ubuntu image. Oh, I love the ads. Thank you. Thank you so much for all these fucking ads. Oh, yes. Yes, enjoyable. I could ask how to flash Ubuntu. How to install Balena Etcher ARM 64 Linux. ARM 64. Oh yeah, I love it. You need the Pi Apps repo or download unofficial. Oh my god. Make it small, make it bigger. I want to read. Download it in unofficial. Where's the AUR when I need it? I need the AUR right about now. Oh wait, wrong OS. Isn't there like a sudo apt install etcher? Like, if I can... Right? Oh. Well, guys, it looks like we might have to go with the fucking shitty, scary version. Maybe I don't need to install Balena Etcher. There's a better answer to this. And that's called, let's use Armbian Imager, which I have, and then just figure out where to get the Odroid M1S downloads from. Honestly, you could kind of do this like x86, where like you stick a or x86_64, where like the ISO image is like yeah, you know how it's got like the installer pre-built in. Like you'd have an installer on a flash drive. That would be cool. Have it install from the web, and then flash it onto the device for an eMMC. Like for like something that has an internal storage. That would be amazing. But obviously not every ARM device has that, like the Pi 5, for example. It uses SD card. You all can't even see that SD card. Anyway, what am I trying to figure out? Odroid M1S Ubuntu. Will I be able to install Ubuntu, or will I be sent this to Linus Tech Tips Pop OS syndrome? Enter. Please don't give me an AI over... No, stop. Stop. I don't need Google. Get it out of here. Petite boot. Odroid forum. I'm looking for the Odroid wiki. Here we go. So here's this. The 20.0 image apparently has the best support for the VU5S display, and I'm guessing has the least bloatware. Now, knowing my technical skills, I happen to be a master at fucking shit up. This is why I have this SD card preloaded with the fucking KDE plasma for ARC64 or whatever the fuck. Look at all these schematics in here. That's the board on my desk. And this we're going to install shitty Ubuntu on. I hate Ubuntu, but I have to install it to get the VU5S to work. Because I'm too incompetent to get it to fucking work myself. Until there's more community support or people who actually could guide me through that, then I'll just have to wait until then to install Armbian or install Arc ARM if there's enough community support by then for Arch ARM. You have to scroll all the way down, and you got to scroll all the way down and all the way to the displays. Wow, look at all the displays you got. To the bottom, NPU specs. Here's your flock cam. You can build your own personal flock camera. Look at this. Actively identifying targets and victims right now for the next Terminator film. Oh yeah. You can build that using this right here board. Spectaculoso. If you're into that sort of thing. You can make one of these, which I want to do. Not a 3D printer, or whatever the fuck that is. Because that's going out of style pretty quick. To bring you all back to reality, 3D printing is going to be destroyed by the year 2040, if not sooner. Thank you, Odroid. I love your board, actually. Like, I might be making so many jokes about it. Odroid is amazing for me. I like their boards. A lot of powerful stuff they got. Where the fuck is the Wikipedia? Did I miss the link? I could have swore I found the link. Is this the wiki? I can't see that well. Let me put on my fucking reading glasses Ultra Pro Max with extra spyware from Elon Musk. Grok AI infused glasses. Please give me Grok AI infused glasses. I'll be so happy. I'll be living in the 24th century with that. Alright, what are we doing? Oh, here we go. 20.04 LPS. Wayland-based GNOME desktop. Well, we don't want that shit. MIPI DSI driver. Ah, it gives you the driver specifications. What did I just press? I hope I didn't accidentally download something. Super gigavirus. Does not have a MIPI DSI. It does have a MIPI DSI driver. NPU driver. And neural network APIs. Bing, ding, 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 ding. Oh yeah, I love that already. We're already stepping up the game with this one. With that NPU driver. NPU driver. I like this idea. This will be a spectacular idea. We will build Terminator 5 inside of this facility. Quite amazing. Alright, now where do I find this at? Representative application examples and videos. What's the temperature looking like? Scorching. Oh wait, what's the actual real temperature? Approximately 30 Celsius now. It's actually more like 40. If I pull the temps, it's 40 Celsius. I need a temperature monitor. So of the boards I've had the most pain with, this one and that one. These were easy. These 5 boards, easy peasy. This one, hard. And that one also pretty hard. 3 mod. Oh, I saw it. I fucking saw it. EMC. Wiki Odroid M1S. Bring me to the wiki. I'm using both hands on my mouse to guide it over. Get me there. Now we've read the 5.10. It has the most support on this system, so... Performing a security verification. Jesse Pinkman. We need to make more meth. What are we doing? I'm sorry, I lost focus for a second. Super hot, it's melting the plastic on my stylus. Oh yeah, good job. We'll be cooking steak on there soon enough. You'll see me on Hell's Kitchen with this device. If you aren't ready for that, then you better get ready, because it's gonna happen. Someday, I'll be on Hell's Kitchen with my superheated, flaming computer of all time, cooking up some steak. And it's gonna be medium rare. It's medium rare. It's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be medium rare. Android, Ubuntu, third-party OS, which doesn't list Armbian. Armbian has community support for the M1S board. It doesn't have a full support by Armbian yet. So I think that's how it starts. It starts with community support, right? Step 1, community support. Step 2, Armbian like it. Armbian think it good. Armbian make it official. Official image. We need that on Odroid M1S, I feel like. if I could get the display to work, that'd be amazing. If I didn't have to do Debian 13, yeah, I remember once I downgraded the kernel version just to have to work with proprietary NVIDIA drivers to work. Yeah. Like, to get the actual display on this to work, I was like, I'm gonna have to downgrade the kernel version. I don't know how to do that. I'm like the least technically. I literally started using Linux like 4 months ago. I'm so technically inept with this stuff. The fact that we have Arch ARM on the Pi 5 is incredible. That was in and of itself was a difficult task, but it has so much support for the Pi 5 that, I mean, or for the Pi at least. I mean, it just makes sense that we'd eventually get it. Use mainline Linux? Yeah, that's what I'm about to do. I'm about to switch from Armbian to, what's it called? It's a tool if you are on Ubuntu. Yeah, I figure. We're about to switch to this. I actually cannot see though. Cannot see the screen because I'm looking at this through the OBS, and I left that on the top, so the perspective of the desktop is there. I think this. So we clicked on one. I'm guessing it either downloaded it. Let's click the 20. Or actually, let's click the release note. Bring me to that one. Release type, new image, new OS with recent packages, and latest with the Linux kernel 5.10, which has the support for the Vue 5S panel. Odroid. And then we're going to try to flash this. Changing console resolution and refresh rate. Ubuntu. Alright, cool. Okay, so you just put it in boot config. Yeah, that's the typical way of doing that. Unlike Armbian. So right now, we have Armbian on the board, on the eMMC. We're going to flash Ubuntu to the eMMC. We're using an SD card. An SD card with Armbian with KDE Neon, which is like weird but cool, I guess. I don't know. And we're going to flash an Ubuntu image onto the board. Yep, that's the plan. World's greatest scheme. Now, we used the same trick in the last episode to put Armbian on those boards. And it doesn't matter, these boards don't really matter that much. Armbian is all I need. It's the exact level of what we need for that. It doesn't need any kind of external drivers or anything stupid like this. Whereas Ubuntu provides the drivers, but also provides us with like turbo obese OS, where the OS is just absolutely bloated with fucking garbage. We'll fix that. With magic. All right, let's find the downloads. Ubuntu server, Ubuntu GNOME desktop. Take me to the server downloads. I'm going so slow, but I'm watching this with you all. I'm in the OBS screen. Did it download?